Hey there, all my beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. Today we're going to be smoking on some sugar candy extract from Osage Creek. And I'm also going to be cooking up some delicious cheese lovers stuffed tortellini shells with chicken and sun-dried tomatoes. It's going to be amazing. So before we get this cooking started, we're going to hit our little nectar collector. We got our torch. And we're going to open up our brand new thing of extract called sugar candy. Again, this is from Osage Creek cultivation here in Arkansas. We're gonna open this up. Oh, it smells so good. You can really see the crystallization of the THC here. Let me give you guys a real close-up of this sugar candy extract from Osage Creek. So here you guys have a up-close look at the sugar candy extract from Osage Creek. Very deep yellow, almost like a golden honey color. And what you're going to do with most extracts is you only smoke a little at a time, just a dab. Get it? So you're going to use the nectar collector, which has a rubber handle so that you don't burn your hands, and the tip of it is made out of metal. And what we are going to do is use our blowtorch to superheat the tip of our nectar collector until it is red hot, and we will gently dab it against the side of our lump of sugar candy extract. And that's how you smoke extract. That's how you do a dab. There's very different ways that you can do it, but this is the way I'm doing it today. Blowtorch, nectar collector, dab. Let's go. All right, guys, so step one of dabbing using a nectar collector and torch is to get it red hot. So I just filled my blowtorch up with some propane, and we are going to keep it focused on the tip of our metal end on our nectar collector until it is glowing red hot. It is definitely glowing hot. Alrighty, we're about to take that hit. Woo! Alright, everybody, so we're going to start by putting our chicken legs into a pot of boiling hot water. We're going to boil these chicken legs for about an hour to an hour and a half until the meat is basically falling off the bone, okay? So now that we've got about 10 chicken legs in our boiling pot of water, we're going to go ahead and put in some Cavender's Greek seasoning, going in first, followed by garlic powder. All right, excellent. So we've got Cavender's Greek seasoning and garlic powder in our chicken, and we're gonna let this boil for about an hour until the meat is falling off of the bone. All right, so for our vegetable side dish, we're gonna be cooking up some market side green beans, some fresh green beans. I got 2 bags of those because I freaking love my dark vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, spinach. I'm all about the dark leafy greens. So we're gonna do some green beans. Okay, guys, I'm torching it up. We're gonna do one more hit before we start cutting up the vegetables for our green beans. We're gonna have garlic roasted green beans with hickory smoked bacon. It's gonna be delicious as a side dish to our stuffed tortellini shells tonight. Oh my God, I'm totally feeling that first hit though. I had to go get some water because that's gonna take me out. Okay, she red hot now, you guys. Check it out. Woo, that's glowy. Let's go. Oh my God, I'm totally, yeah. Let's cut these vegetables up while I'm still able to function, okay? All right. We got some thick cut hickory smoked bacon, some Hormel bacon going in there too. And we're gonna get it started by cutting up some sweet yellow onions. beautiful. Very fragrant. Okay, so we're gonna get some sunflower oil started in a big wok so we can get our green beans and bacon simmering in that pan. Our chicken is already coming to a boil. It's looking beautiful. Let's get started on these vegetables. All right, so for our green beans, we're gonna start off by putting a couple thick cut slices of bacon in our pan. Nice. Beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and start tossing in some of our onions. All right, we're gonna give our bacon and onions some time to saute, and we're gonna go check on our chicken. All right, so our chicken is cooked all the way through, and I'm gonna go through and take all the meat off the bones. Alrighty, so here's the trick to making delicious tortellini. Delicious rice, delicious pasta, potatoes, anything starchy will hold the flavor from the meat. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to pour this delicious golden brown chicken broth from our chicken into a separate pan, and we're going to boil the tortellini in the chicken broth. And what I'll do then is take us some time to separate the chicken from the bone here. So let's go ahead and get our chicken broth transferred here to where our tortellini will be cooked. To transfer our chicken broth into our big saucepan here. I'll pull that piece of chicken out. All right, our chicken has been drained of the broth. The broth is here in our saucepan, and we're going to go ahead and pour in our cheese lover's signature tortellini. And cooking the pasta in the chicken broth, oh my goodness, just wait. I'm gonna pour in a second bag of our tortellini shells. Delicious. It's going to give the pasta such a delicious flavor. You can see how golden brown and full of flavor that chicken broth is from all the seasonings we used early on when we were cooking the chicken. So now I'm going to go through and separate the chicken from the bone, which is just basically falling off the bones here. Right, our bacon and onions are beautifully caramelized. We're going to go ahead and add in our green beans. All right, so I am going to slice up our bacon into smaller pieces before we add our green beans in there. Onions and the bacon's beautifully caramelized. Look at that. A big pile of caramelized bacon and onions. Wow. Gorgeous. Slice right through that bacon. Wish y'all could smell what I smell. All right. So now we're going to pour in our market side green beans, fresh green beans. All right, so we're going to pour a light drizzle of sunflower oil over our green beans and bacon. Just a light drizzle. All right, so our tortellini shells are nice and tender and juicy. They've cooked down in the chicken broth. You can see a lot of that flavor and seasoning is still dripping off of the pasta. Take a look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So now we're going to move our chicken into the pasta. I've already taken all the bones out as good as I can, at least. All right, so in with our chicken is going to go some sun-dried California vine-ripened tomatoes. They're dripping in this delicious oil that we're going to pour over our pasta here shortly too. Sun-dried tomatoes going in. And now it's time for the sauce. We're going to do 2 types of Bertolli pasta sauces. We're going to start with the vodka sauce and also alfredo sauce. We're going to put both of these into the pan with our chicken, tortellini, and sun-dried tomatoes. All right, going in first is the alfredo sauce. You can still hear the bacon over there sizzling for our green beans. All right, alfredo sauce first. And next we're going to pour in our Bertolli vodka sauce. We're going to mix up our pasta, sun-dried tomatoes, and chicken. See, as you can see, those 2 sauces combine together to make this delicious, cheesy, creamy sauce. And speaking of cheese, we're going to top this here in just a moment. It's going to be delicious. All right, we're going to slice up some green onions to go into our pasta. And we're going to let the green onions and the sauces simmer to kind of get that flavor worked all the way through. And we're going to cut these green onions all the way down to the white of the bulb, because that's really where you get the bulk of your flavor from your green onions. So we're going to cut it all the way down off in there. Need a better knife. There we go. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and pour our green onions into the pasta. We're going to mix those in real good. The pasta is going to simmer on low for about 15 to 20 minutes until the onions are all cooked in and we've got that sauce everywhere. And I'm going to go ahead, let's add our cheese. All right, so we're going to top our pasta with some Parmesan cheese. All right, and over the top, we're just gonna sprinkle a couple more of those beautiful sun-dried tomatoes, vine-ripened sun-dried tomatoes. And there you have it. All right, before we get started with our biscuits, we're gonna hit this dab one more time. Got that blowtorch on super loud now. Woo. All right, she's glowing red hot. Woo! Toasted. Now let's open up some biscuits. Does this scare the shit out of anybody else? Fuck! Well, the biscuits are open. All right. Let's lay these bad boys. The na. Make them say, All right. Hell yeah. Some biscuits. We're gonna put some honey on top of them. Ooh. All right. We're going to put some melted butter on top of these beautiful golden brown flaky biscuits. Delicious. We're going to put some dark wildflower honey over the tops of them as well. All right, now for our honey, we're going to use dark wildflower 100% raw honey over the tops of our biscuits. There we go. Honey butter biscuits, fresh out the oven. All right, you guys, here is the finished product on our dinner. We've got our honey butter biscuits, our fresh green beans with bacon and caramelized onions looking delicious, and our stuffed tortellini shells. We got Parmesan cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, Bertolli vodka sauce, and alfredo sauce going down. It's been an awesome time cooking with you guys. We're about to put this delicious food on a plate, smoke another blunt, and chow down. I use medical marijuana to help control my seizures. Let me know in the comments how you guys use your marijuana, whether medically or recreationally. I want to know, do you smoke before you hike? Do you smoke before you read a good book? I know a lot of people who smoke or do tinctures before making love. Let me know. I want to know how you guys make use of this amazing plant.